All right, we'd like to welcome everyone to Olympus High School. My name is Sean Stringham with Game On Live Studio and Olympus High School. We're excited to get this meet underway. We've got the Olympus Titans and the Murray Spartans. We've got the Olympus Titans and the Murray Spartans ready to tangle here. Meet starts in three minutes. We'd like to thank those of you joining along. All right, anthem is taken care of, and we are going to be underway here with event number 1, the women's 200-yard medley relay. Almost full heat. We've got 6 lanes rolling in lane 2 from Murray. Finlay, Underwood, Shumway, Smith in lane 3 from Olympus. Etherington, McDonald, Christensen, Knight in lane 4 from Murray. Richter, Provenich, Stone, and Taylor in lane 5 from Olympus. Keller, Moran, Matsumori, Aberseth in lane 6 from Olympus. Stoddard, Gale, Sutherland, and Hansen. And in lane 7 from Olympus, Kitt, Pope, Iverson, and Jones. Out, and Murray out to a quick half-body lead here in this first 50. He's going to make the exchange from Backstroke to Breaststroke. Here they come up out of the water. Thanks for joining along. If you're out there, let us know where you're watching from. Off that breaststroke, we've got Kenna McDonald in the water, making the exchange. Clean there to Haley Christiansen for the Titans. In the water for lane number 4 from Murray is Marin Stone into the butterfly lengths. The B relays are into the water, both in lanes 3 and 6. Scratch that in 6 and 7. 3 coming up right behind him here. So the race for third as Olympus. In lane number 5, Malia Matsumori takes care of business and sends it off to the final swimmer here, Eliza Arbaseth for the Titans. Chasing her from Murray is Kinsey Taylor. And racing for third in lanes 3 and 7, Penelope Knight and Lily Kay Jones. Final swimmer in lane number 2 for Murray, Bella Smith, goes into the water. And it looks like it's going to be Poppy Knight extending that lead in lane 3 for a third place finish. And that will bring all of our athletes into the water here. Coming up next, event number 2, the men's 200-yard medley relay. There's just one heat in lane 2 from Murray. Brimley, Ashcroft, George, Ketchikoyan. Lane 3 from Olympus, Hartman, Garstang, Sink, and Astle. Lane 4 from Murray, Holmberg, Morris, Hughes, and Richter. Lane 5 from Olympus, Connor, Saber, Turney, Van Brocklen. Lane 6 from Murray, Black, Lundberg, Longston, and Fitz. And in lane number 7 from Olympus, De La Garza, Swenson, Johnson, and Bagley. Clean start, and they're off the wall pretty much together there. Maybe a half second between the first, and that's actually on the outside here. Lane number 7, that's Will De La Garza, backstroke specialist, taking it out here hot for this first 50. Giving lane number 7 a nice advantage here. In the water goes Connor Swenson for Olympus, followed in lane number 5 from Olympus, Jack Saber. Should be a tight race here as Saber puts his mark on the first 25 of this 50 breaststroke. Olympus going 1, 2, and maybe 3 here in for Murray. Liam Morris doing his best to get back up in there, and here comes the butterflyers. For Olympus in lane 5, Alex Turney, followed in lane number 3 by Bridger Sink, and in lane number 7 by Kai Johnson. Bridger and Alex, both breaststroke specialists as well, getting their taste of the butterfly here. I'm sure they're loving that. And in the water for the Titans, swimming in the last leg is Evan Van Brocklen. Van Brocklen up and out, cruising. Being chased down in lane 3 by Ethan Astle. Astle wanted to get an opportunity. And then here comes Murray's swimmer, nice and strong from Zach Richter, looking good. Showing promise there, and in lane number 7 for the Titans, Will Bagley gonna hang in there. It's gonna go Olympus 1, 2, Murray 3 in lane 4. Olympus goes 1:43.93 to take the W on the men's 200-yard medley relay. Coming up next, event number 3, the women's 200-yard freestyle. In lane 1, Bree Petty. In lane 2, Adelaide Stoddard. Lane 3, Kara Iverson. Lane 4, Lauren Bernstein. Lane 5, Addie James. Lane 6, Natayan Davies. Lane 7, Ruby Pope. And in lane 8, Elise Shumway. Olympus will be in the odd lanes, and Murray will be in the even lanes. They are up and out and ready to go here. Off the breakout in lane number 7, Ruby Pope breaks that surface first. In lanes 3 and 5, Nope, that's 4 and 6, excuse me, is Lauren Bernstein and Madeline Davies doing a nice job here for the Murray Spartans. Going over 1-2. Ruby holding on for Olympus's first spot there in third position in lane number 7 as they come in front of the booth here. Those Murray swimmers going stroke for stroke. Through the first 100, Murray athletes going 104 on 105. Great swims there. Coming down the line, Ruby Pope in lane number 7 with an intermediate split of 111.04. Followed up in lane number 3 by Kara Iverson of the Titans. For the 150 intermediate split, comes through in lane number 4. That's going to be Lauren Bernstein with an entry time of 2:20. He's going 1:40.55. Nice little last effort here in lane number 6. Madeline Davies working to get in there. She might just get her teammate if they're not paying attention. It's going to be close. Then the kick comes in. Lane 4 hangs in there for a time of 2:16.13. That is Lauren Bernstein, followed by Madeline Davies, both from Murray, going 1-2 here in the women's 200 freestyle. Great swims there. Really nice kick there in lane 6 by Madeline Davies. Ruby Pope ends up in third place with a time of 2:30.30. Coming up next, we have in heat number 4, the men's 200-yard freestyle. One heat in lane 1, Will de la Garza. Lane 2, Micah Black. Lane 3, Jack Saber. Lane 4, Gavin Holmberg. Lane 5, Ian Connor. Lane 6, Reiser Lundberg. Lane 7, Miles Moran. And in lane 8, Jerem Horn. Again, all of these athletes, the odd lanes will belong to the Titans. The even lanes will belong to Murray the entire day. My name's Sean Stringer with Game On Live Studio, and over first in lane number 5 with a time of 26:36 on the intermediate split is Ian Connor. Pacing out with Ian Connor, Jack Saber in lane 3 and Will de la Garza in lane 1. Miles Moran from Olympus rounding out that top group, I believe. Nope, in lane number 4 from Murray is Gavin Holmberg. Sorry, I lost the connection there on the music, but we should have some tunes back as you watch and listen to the meet here. We've got a few more people joining in. I'd love to know where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Remember, I had a couple of athletes at the end of the last meet going, I love that you're doing this. I go back and I watch my swims, and as they're watching their swims, they can see those comments. So it's a great way to cheer for them. In lane number 3, evening it out here, is Jack Saber with, let's call it, a half a body length lead over Ian Connor in lane number 5. Connor not having much of that, makes that up here going into the wall. The time of 150.56 in lane number 3, Jack Saber makes that happen. Great job, Jack. In lane number 5, Ian Connor goes 150.76, just 2 tenths behind. And Will de la Garza in lane 3 goes 152.89 to round it out the top 3. Titans will sweep that through including lane number 7, Miles Moran, going 200.92. Up next, the women's 200-yard IM in lane 1, Haley Christiansen from Olympus. In lane 3, Malia Matsumori from Olympus. Lane 4, Marin Stone from Murray. In lane 5, Kaya Lawson from Olympus. Lane 6, Kinsley Taylor from Murray. Lane 7, Madeline Moran from Olympus. And in lane 8, Marion Walton from Murray. 200 IM is 2 lengths of each stroke. You have to complete each of those lengths in that given stroke. So you'll see the athletes come through and finish on their back, touching the wall. Obviously 2-hand turns. Titans going 1, 2, 3 here in the early stages through the butterfly. In lane number 7 is Madeline Moran from Olympus. In lane 5, Kaya Lawson. And in lane 3, Malia Matsumori. Coming through here on the backstroke. Madeline hits the wall, nice sit turn there and off into the breaststroke. This time, Madeline being challenged there by Kaya Lawson in lane number 5. Madeline, a breaststroke specialist. Kaya doing a great job there to create some space. Madeline making that up with each glide. Let's call it 3/4 of a body length there as we come through. Titans off the wall. In lane 5, Kaya Lawson. In lane 7, Madeline Moran. In lane 2, here comes Malia Matsumori. And in lane number 6, Kinsley Taylor from Murray. Making her final turn in lane 1, Haley Christiansen heads for the last 50 freestyle, which seems like just a treat after those other 6 lengths of multiple strokes to be able to cruise through on the freestyle. And this is going to be in lane number 5, Kaya Lawson taking the dub here, 2:17.15, followed by Madeline with a time of 2:21.99. Olympus will sweep in lane 3 with a time of 2:28.51. That is Malia Matsumori, and Murray comes in lane number 6 in 4th place with a time of 2:29.35. That's Kinsley Taylor. Congratulations to all our athletes. Up next, the 200-yard IM, the men's version. Heat number 6, in lane 1, Kai Johnson. Lane 2, Liam Morris. Lane 3, Alexander Turney. Lane 4, Porter Gale. Lane 5, Evan Van Brocklin. Lane 6, Jax Brimley. And in lane 7, from Olympus, Colin De La Garza. They are up and at 'em, ready to roll. This should be a great race here in lanes 3 and 5. A little bit of a sandwich there. That is Alex Turney and Evan Van Brocklin. Alex committing and swimming for the University of Texas next year. Evan Van Brocklin committing, local boy done good, going to the University of Utah. In lane number 4, Porter Gale hangs there in 3rd place. On the outside, lane 1, Kai Johnson, freshman here for Olympus, doing good on the butterfly and holding steady here in 4th position. Evan Van Brocklin makes the turn on the backstroke and heads back into his second 25. Alex close by. Alex, a breaststroke specialist, so looking to make a dent in this on Evan. As they make the swim through here, they touch in the back and head off into the breaststroke. Alex making that, let's call it 1/4 of a body length up and looking to outglide Evan. Evans has a fantastic specialty of great underwater, so that's a measure But Alex has done a nice job here closing some of that gap and is actually coming up even as they come through here on this 50-yard breaststroke. It's going to be a drag race here for the 50. Neither of these two young men like to lose. They hit the wall together, 133.74 and .82. They are up and at him. Alex looking, grasping as Evan, ever the racer, turning to his right, puts in a half a body length, maybe a quarter body length, going into the turn. Here comes Alex, though they are going to come pretty even. That body length is down to a quarter. A little kick here by Evan Van Broekelen, being chased down by Alex, and Evan will out-touch in a time of 2:02.01. Alex Turney going 2:02.36. Two collegiate swimmers next year dueling against each other. In third place from Olympus with a time of 2:15.73. Kai Johnson dives for the wall and gets in. And in fourth place with a time of 2:16.8 from Murray Porter Gale for the 200-yard IM. Congratulations on those swims, gentlemen. Coming up next, we have event number 7, which is the 50-yard freestyle. We have 3 heats of women's 50. 3 heats of men's 50 as well to follow. Lining up here in heat number 1, in lane 2, Naomi Thompson. Lane 3, Amanda Moss. Lane 4, Morgan Stock. Lane 5, Clara Jorgensen. Lane 6, Lottie Parker. And in lane 7, Annie Larson. All of those athletes are from Olympus, except for Morgan Stock in lane 4, representing the Spartans. They are off into the water and ready to roll here, trying to get a best time in this 50-yard freestyle. They're up and ready to go, quick out of the water. In lane number 5, Clara Jorgensen gets over the wall first, being followed closely in lane number 3 by Amanda Moss. Taking heat number 1 in a time of 33.25 in lane 5, Clara Jorgensen. Coming up next, heat number 2 in lane 1, Taya Ruby. Lane 2, Annika Findlay. Lane 3, Ellie Robinson. Lane 4, Ava Hansen. Lane 5, Izzy Wallbilling. Lane 6, Riley Lewis. Lane 7, Megan Stringham. And in lane 8, Alyssa Harlan. These athletes all have times entered, looking to get to their best in the water, and off they go. Over in lane number 5, Izzy Wallbilling from Olympus. Excuse me, that's lane number 4, Ava Hansen being chased here. Ava's going to swim away with this one. Olympus swimmers coming up through here. Megan Stringham in lane number 7. In lane number 3 in second place is going to be Ellie Robinson. The board showing third place going over to lane number 1, Taya Ruby, waiting for the adjustments to happen there on the soft touch. Get in and get those taken care of. Congratulations to all the swimmers. Up next, the women's. In lane 1, Lily Kate Jones. Lane 2, Riley Snow. Lane 3, Eliza Arbiseth. Lane 4, Kat Richter. Lane 5, Taylor Hooten. Lane 6, Emma Brindley. Elizabeth Etherington in 7, and Audrey Gale in 8. Here they come as they finish through on this 50. Lane number 5, that's going to be Taylor Hooten coming through here, and Hooten will take the win in lane number 5 with a time of 26.14, followed by Murray with a time of 26.53 in lane number 4, Kat Richter, and in third place with a time of 27.03 will be Eliza Arbiseth from Olympus. Up next, we've got 3 heats of men in the 50-yard freestyle. In lane 1, Liam McKinley. Lane 2, Ethan Woodbury. Lane 3, Jackson Ketchikoyan. Lane 5, Jason Martinez. Lane 6, Caden Pierce. Lane 7, John Horn. And in lane 8, Austin Sorensen. Off the wall first there, Ethan Woodbury dueling here across the pool with lane number 8, Austin Sorensen. Sorensen coming through smooth underneath the flags. It's anybody's race. It's going to be Sorensen with a time of 27.97. Ethan Woodbury going 28.11, a best time by half a second. Congratulations to Ethan. And in third place in lane 4 with a time of 32.43 is Jackson Ketchikoyan. Coming up next, heat number 2 in lane 1, Tim Snow. Lane 2, Joshua Johnson. Lane 3, Brandon Barnes. Lane 4, Brandon George. Lane 5, Jaden Courtney. Lane 6, Jordan Fitz. Lane 7, Logan Ashton. And lane 8, Zan Learned. Coming off the wall here in lane number 3, that's Brandon Barnes making a statement, coming from behind here. Jaden Courtney working to get in there, and it's going to be Barnes with a time of 24.47. Courtney goes 24.74. In third position in lane 1 with a time of 26.81, Tim Snow. Up next, heat 3 in lane 2, Will Bagley. Lane 3, Bridger Sink. Lane 4, Zach Richter. Lane 5, Ethan Astle. Lane 6, Rusty Hughes. And in lane 7, Luke Garstang from Olympus. This should be quite the duel here as they come through. Off the wall there, Ethan Astle comes through with a half a body length lead. Astle grinding through, getting into the wall. Ethan Astle will win the 50-yard freestyle with a time of 22.31, followed by lane number 4, Brandon George. No, lane number 4, Zach Richter, and lane number 3, Bridger Sink. Congratulations to those athletes. We're going to have a 10-minute break here before we set up for the women's 100-yard butterfly, event number 9. We'll leave the stream rolling. Time to go get a snack, maybe do some email, get ready to come back. We don't have anybody in the chat right now. Would love to know who's watching out there. If you're having a good time, you're loving the coverage. Shout out your athletes. We'd love to know where you're watching from. My name's Sean Stringen with Game On Live Studio, and we'll be back for the second half of the meet here in 10 minutes. Okay, we are back underway here in the second half of the meet. We are up with the 100-yard butterfly, 2 heats of the women's 100-yard butterfly. In lane 3, Isabel Jones. Lane 4, Eliza Arviseth. Lane 5, Penelope Knight. Lane 6, Addie James. Four lengths of the pool butterfly. Through the first 50, lane number 5, that's Poppy Knight with an intermediate split of 35.01. Being followed right on her hip there in lane number 4, Eliza Arviseth. Arviseth comes up first, making up that half body length difference. And coming in there, Eliza Arviseth holds off Poppy with a time of 1:13.96. In second place, Poppy goes 1:16.05. And up next, we will have heat number 2 of the 100-yard butterfly. In lane 1, Campbell Keller. Lane 2, Riley Snow. Lane 3, Malia Matsumori. Lane 4, Stephanie Poprozenovic. In lane 5, Colleen McWilliams. In lane 6, Elise Shumway. Lane 7, Haley Christiansen. And in lane 8, Estrella Underwood. Here comes lane number 5 coming through. Colleen McWilliams makes the turn on the intermediate, 28.38. Coming through here, going to take the win in the 100-yard butterfly. In lane number 5 is going to be Colleen McWilliams. And in lane number 3, Malia Matsumori. In lane 1, Campbell Keller. In that order, 1, 2, 3. Congratulations in fourth place from Murray with a time of 1:10.68 will be Stephanie Poprozenovic. Up next, event number 10. 2 heats of the men's 100-yard butterfly. In lane 3, Isaac Wardle. Lane 4, Abe Astle. And in lane 5, Brandon Barnes. All of these athletes with no times, but very capable swimmers. This should be a fast heat. Popping up first there in the middle, Abe Astle in lane number 4, being chased by Brandon Barnes in 5, and Wardle in lane number 3. That comes through in lane number 4. Here comes Abe Astle, little brother of Ethan. Probably doesn't like me saying that, but the Astles swim fast. Brandon and Isaac Wardle going head-to-head here for second place in heat number 2. Isaac extending that stroke, staying smooth. Brandon shortening up just a little bit, but trying to get there through on that. And it's going to be Abe Astle with a time of 57.50. Isaac comes in at 104.45. and Brandon 108.98. Definitely something to build on and work there as we continue through the season. Coming up next, heat number 2 in lane 2. Luke Garstang, lane 3. Matt Quackenbush, lane 5. Alex Turney, lane 6. Keaton Ashcroft, lane 7. Owen Hartman. They are off and ready to roll. Murray entering one swimmer in this event in lane number 6. Keaton Ashcroft, freshman, dealing with some of the big guns here in the state. Here comes Turney in a time of 26.16 on the turn, being followed by Matt Quackenbush going 27.01. Here comes Turney underneath the flags. Going to be well under a minute, glides in and goes. A time of 56.19. Matt Quackenbush, 57.75. 59.22 in lane number 2 for Luke Garstang. Nice swims there by the Olympus men. Keaton coming in here. Owen Hartman in lane number 7 goes 101.68. So there's 4 Olympus swimmers in that event that went under a minute in the 100-yard butterfly. Great swimming by the Titans. Sorry, that's a little hot. Coming up next, event number 11, the women's 100-yard freestyle, and we've got 3 events, 3 heats of the women's 100-yard free. In lane 3, Taya Ruby. Lane 4, Ellie Obiet. Lane 5, Naomi Thompson. And in lane 6, Annie Larson. All of those are Olympus swimmers except for lane 4, Ellie Obiet, representing the Titans. So we have a no start from Taya Ruby, so we're just down to 3 here. Ellie Obiet leading here in heat number 1 of the 100-yard freestyle on the turn. Intermediate split of 40.82. Comes Ellie coming up behind, right here behind her. Naomi Thompson looking to close the gap. Naomi looking to close the gap. Doesn't quite get there, but a nice swim there with the swimming without goggles. Off they go in heat number 2. In lane 1, Amanda Moss. Lane 4, Bella Smith. Lane 5, Lottie Parker. Lane 6, Sarah Larson. And in lane 7, Bree Petty. Looks like we just had a little blip in our stream there, but we're back. Apologize for that. We've got the heat number 2 of the 100, event number 11 of the 100-yard freestyle in the water. Trying to work to get that update. Coming through here, 2 athletes from Murray in lane 4, Bella Smith, and in lane 6, Sarah Larson. They're gonna come in, take the heat. Very close time, 1:17.23 and 1:17.34. Coming up next, the third and final heat of the women's 100-yard freestyle. In lane number 1, Clara Jorgensen. Lane 2, Nadalyn Davies. Lane 3, Desiree Kitt. Lane 4, Marin Walton. Lane 5, Kaya Lawson. Lane 6, Emma Brimley. Lane 7, Megan Stringham. And in lane 8, Reba Sutherland. Off to the quick start here in lane number 5. Kaya Lawson looking to put a stamp on it here. She's got a body length lead coming through into the first 50. Goes a time of 27.54 on the intermediate split, being followed closely here in lanes number 2, 4, and 6, all representing Murray. Here comes Kaya off and through the middle of the fourth 25 here. She's gonna finish underneath the flags and go 57.76. Fantastic swim there. In lane 4, taking second place, Marin Walton from Murray. In third place, in lane number 2, Nadalyn Davies with a time of 1:03.10. So Murray doing a nice job of getting some points here in the 100-yard freestyle. Up next, we have event number 12, the men's 100-yard freestyle. In lane 2, Austin Sorensen. Lane 3, John Horn. Lane 4, Jackson Kitchikoyan. Lane 5, Connor Swenson. Lane 6, Liam McKinley. This heat is mostly all Murray athletes except for lane 5, where Connor Swenson will represent Olympus, and Connor is off that first 25, the wall of the first 25, and ready to go here. Connor underneath the flags. Intermediate split here at a time of 27.13. Connor cruising here through the third turn and off to his fourth and final length of the afternoon in this 100-yard freestyle. Connor will go time of 56.22. Nice job, Connor. Swimming with a no time there. That'll move him up in the pack for sure. Nice swim in lane number 2 with a time of 1:04.14 from Austin Sorensen, having a brief conversation with Coach Adam Huff with the Murray Spartans before the event. They have like 26 freshmen on this team. What great news for Murray Swimming to go and be able to build a fantastic and traditionally very strong aquatics program. Good job, Coach Adam. In the chat, we've got AJB shouting out "Go Murray." I'll give you that for our only chat of the day so far. Coming up next, heat number 2. In lane 1, Lakin Swenson. Lane 2, Coleman Jessup. Lane 3, Tim Snow. Lane 4, Jax Brimley. Lane 5, Jackson Gilbert. Lane 6, Jordan Fitz. Lane 7, Jason Martinez. And in lane 8, Zane Learned. This one's going to be all Olympus in the top 3 positions, right across the odd lanes there. Lakin, Tim, and Jackson Gilbert all working to duel to see who's going to win this heat number 2 of event number 11 in the 100-yard freestyle. It's going to be in lane number 1, Laken Swenson cruising in, winning heat number 2. In lane 3, Tim Snow. Lane 5, Jackson Gilbert. In 4th position is going to come Murray athlete Jax Brimley with a time of 106.10. Up next will be our 3rd and final heat of the 100-yard freestyle. Bridger Sink in 1, Tyler Longson 2, Saber in 3, Zach Richter in 4, Evan Van Brocklin in 5, William Steinbeck in 6, Will De La Garza in 7, Rowan Morin in lane 8, and they are off and ready to go. Evan Van Brocklin coming through on the intermediate split with a split of 23.54. Being chased in lane 3 with a time of 23.84 is Jack Saber. Those two will go head-to-head and duel here throughout this into the third 25, or out of the third 25 and into the fourth 25. Here comes Evan Van Brocklin underneath the flags, gonna cruise, and Saber's gonna have to watch that. Murray athlete might out-touch him, but no, he holds on. 349s, nice job there. Evan Van Brocklin goes 49.23, Saber 49.42, and Murray in lane number 4 with a time of 49.60 is Zach Richter. Good stuff there by both sides. Coming up next will be the women's 500-yard freestyle. In lane 1, Taylor Hooten. Lane 2, Kinsey Taylor. Lane 3, Kara Iverson. Lane 4, Adelaide Stoddard. Lane 5, Kenna McDonald. Lane 6, Lauren Bernstein. And in lane 7, Ruby Pope. And lane 8, Aubrey Gale. 20 lengths of the pool freestyle here. All of these athletes with no times. So it could be a wide range of they're off, and then Taylor Hooten in lane number 1 out to the quick lead. Taylor Hooten still holding on halfway through, 10 lengths. Coming through into the 300 here for Taylor. Putting down a pretty good split. In second place is going to be in lane at number 2. That's Kinsley Taylor, excuse me. .338.41 on the intermediate split for Kinsley. Shout out here to Lauren Bernstein in lane number 6 in the chat from C. Bernstein. That's what I'm talking about. People cheering in the chat. Taylor coming through onto her 400 here with just 4 lengths to go after this. We'll call that split out as we come through here. Taylor holding down that first place position with a split of 4:36.08 with 4 lengths to go. In the chat, Von Murray go fast. I don't know, all you Olympus fans out there, you are getting out-chatted by the Murray faithful. 4-0, my goodness. Here comes Taylor with her bell lap coming through with a 50 to go, splitting 5:10.40. Taylor laying it down here. She comes through underneath the flags. Taylor Hooten hits the wall and goes a time of 5:43.60. That'll do. Fill in that no time and start the progress towards state and region swimming. In second place here with a time of 6:07.13. That's Kinsley Taylor from Murray. Starting to see those double red blocks on the counters here, indicating last length as they're cruising in third place in lane 5 with a time of 6:20.43. It's going to be Kara Iverson. There's lane 6. In 5th place with a time of 6:31.08. Shout out to Lauren Bernstein. Missed lane 4 in lane number 4 in 4th place with a time of 6:24.07 is Audrey Gale from Murray. We've got one swimmer still in the water coming through on her last length in the middle of the pool. Lane number 4. Adelaide Stoddard, freshman from Murray, coming in as we get ready for the men's 500-yard freestyle. In lane number 1, Kai Johnson. Lane 2, Porter Gale. Lane 3, Ian Connor. Lane 4, Reiser Lundberg. Lane 5, Matt Quackenbush. Lane 6, Rusty Hughes. Lane 7, Miles Moran. And in lane 8, Gavin Holmberg. Some fast times there in the middle of the pool. Should be a good race. And the men's 500 is off and ready to go. Looks for some firecrackers there in the middle of the pool from Matt Quackenbush. Connor in lane 3, Matt Quackenbush in lane 5, going through the 150 here. Drilling both, pacing off each other, just keeping tabs as they come through underneath the flags. Intermediate times of 129.25 and 0.33. They'll just keep their sights trained on each other. Still turn for turn, 201.08, 201.24. Don't get much closer than that. Trading blows, 4/10 now. This time, Ian Connor, the 4/10 lead over Matt Quackenbush. It's anybody's race here though, still, for sure. Coming through on the 350, these two young men are going head to head, still hitting those same splits, 334.57, 334.89. With just 6 lengths to go, watch these two start to play a little cat and mouse to see if they're willing to go and who has fuel in the tank. Quackenbush wanting to lay it down here a little bit underneath the flags. He's going to have a half a second lead coming into the turn. 4:05.23, 4:05.66, 4/10. Quackenbush going now. You can see the energy turn up. Ian Connor trying to hold on, being pushed off the rivet, off the back end. They've got 3 lengths to go. Quackenbush coming on here, extending that length with doubling up on that kick, now has gone a full body length over Ian Connor. Here comes Quackenbush with the bell lap, 4:34.89. Barring a miracle 50 here from Ian Connor, Quackenbush will feel good about this. Cruising through the first 325, 375 yards. Finishing hard, here comes Quackenbush. In that last 25, Matt Quackenbush has 12 yards to go. Not going to be under 5 minutes, but that's all right. He's going to feel good about this one. Great tactical, strategic race. Goes 5:04.29. Ian Connor, 5:08.11. Stays in there. Just couldn't quite kick where with Quack. Coming through next in third position, watch lane number 7. That's going to be Miles Moran. He comes in at a time of 5:14.59 in third position. And then in lane number 2 from Murray with a time of 5:31.04 is Porter Gale. Fifth position goes with a time of 5:36.07. Excuse me, 0.70 is lane 8, Gavin Holmberg from Murray. Ty Johnson goes 5:37.55 in sixth position. In seventh position at the time of 5:48.30 in lane number 4 is Reiser Lundberg. And finishing up here in lane number 6 with a time of 6:14.27 in lane number 6, Gavin Rusty Hughes. Congratulations to great swim top to bottom there. Up next, we have the women's 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane 2, Murray, Lewis, Obiet, Shumway, Stock. In lane 3 from Olympus, Matsamori, Knight, Etherington, Arbiseth. Lane 4 from Murray, Poprzenovich, Brimley, Taylor, and Richter. In lane 5 from Olympus, McWilliams, Moran, Lawson, Hooten. Lane 6 from Murray, Davies, Gale, Stone, Walton. And lane 7 from Olympus, Ruby, Jones, Robinson, and Stringham. Each swimmer is going to swim 2 lengths of the pool freestyle. Lane number 5 gives off from McWilliams to Moran. Madeline Moran out. Solid, explosive kick over the wall and back the other direction. Trying to get into that clean water. Dueling for second place there in lanes 2 and 3, the Olympus swimmer Poppy Knight and Ellie Obiet from Murray. In the water for Olympus in the A relay goes off to Kaya Lawson. Lawson coming into the flags and ready to do the turn it over to Taylor Hooten. Hooten goes and is ready to roll. Coming in next, great swim there by the Murray athletes in lane 4. Kinsley Taylor turns it over to Kat Richter to close that gap and try to hold off lane number 3, which is Eliza Arbiseth, who's looking to close the gap and get back into that position. Here comes the Titans in lane number 5. This is Taylor Hooten, and Taylor goes a time of 1:44.73. Coming up next in lane number 4, Kat Richter holds on to second for the Spartans with a time of 1:50.70. Coming up next, the men's 200-yard freestyle relay. In lane number 1, Murray, Jessup, Horn, McKinley, Sorensen. Lane 2 from Murray, Fitz, George, Johnson, Horn. Lane 3 from Olympus, Quackenbush, Sink, Astle, Garstein. Lane 4 from Murray, Ritchie, Morris, Holmberg, Gale. Lane 5 from Olympus, Van Brocklin, Saber, Astle, Turney. Lane 6 from Murray, Ashcroft, Morris, Steinbach, Longson. Lane 7 from Olympus, Gilbert, Courtney, Barnes, and Swenson. They are off in the men's 200-yard freestyle relay. Expect some fast swimming here in the middle of the pool. This lead out by Van Brocklin and Quackenbush. Don't forget the Murray athlete here, Zach Richter, laying it down, getting some fast swimming going there in Spartan World. Here comes lane number 5. That's Jack Saber taking the baton from Evan Van Brocklin for the Titans. Chasing him down here in lane number 3, Bridger Sinks trying to get on Liam Morris, who's swimming in lane number 4. Jack Saber coming through here. Saber turns the duties over to Ethan Astle. Astle, winner of the 50 freestyle here today at his home pool. In second place, it's evened up here in the duel between Murray and Olympus, between Abe Astle and Gavin Holmberg. It'll be interesting to see who comes off the wall, and Abe Astle has a body length lead as they get ready to turn it over to the final relay, leg of the relay. In the water in lane number 5 is Alex Turney. Great breakout by both athletes for Olympus and Murray in lanes 3 and 4. Luke Garstang, Porter Gale going head to head. The race is going to be won by the Titans in lane 5, but second place being contested here, it's going to be lane number 3 with the Titans. Luke Garstang that's going to hold on and put the Olympus B relay in at 136.56, Olympus A at 128.93, and the Spartans will go 137.20 to take third position. Great racing there by both squads. Love to see it. Camille Piper checking in here. Go Riser, watching from Portland, Oregon. I love that. Candace Keller, always a fan, calling out the Titans. Thanks for jumping in and watching there, Candace. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Up next, we have event number 17, winding down our afternoon here on the campus of Olympus High School. Heat number 1 of the event number 17, the women's 100-yard backstroke. In lane number 2, Isabel Jones from Olympus, Lily Kate Jones from Olympus in 3, Battle of the Joneses, not sisters. Alyssa Harlan in lane 4 for Murray, Penelope Knight from Olympus in 5, and Morgan Stock, a freshman from Murray, in lane number 6. Backstroke, 4 lengths of the backstroke. We're going to have in lane number 5, Poppy Knight, freshman for the Titans here. Excellent athlete, plays tennis on the Olympus Titans tennis team. Mountain bikes for the Olympus Titans. Plays water polo, valued as a left-hander, and is swimming. Poppy Knight, an all-around 4-sport athlete here. Coming in, she's going to take this heat if all things stay legal here in the 100-yard backstroke. Dives for it, goes 106. Goes 109.02. Someone stepped on the pad, stopping the lane 3 there, so they will get a finish there. The computers will do their work to make that happen. It's a 2-second improvement there by Poppy. Coming up next, heat number 2 of the 100-yard backstroke. In lane 1, Elizabeth Etherington. Lane 2, Ellie Obiet. Lane 3, Campbell Keller. Candace cheering on that one. Lane 4, Stephanie Poprzenovich. Lane 5, Colleen McWilliams. Lane 6, Annika Findlay. Lane 7, Desiree Kitt. And in lane 8, Riley Lewis. They are off and ready to go here. And it's going to be Titans in the first and second position through that first length in lanes 3 and 5. Campbell Keller and Colleen McWilliams going stroke for stroke here. Campbell and Colleen underneath the flag coming into the intermediate turn. We'll call out those times as we get there. Colleen goes 29.98. Campbell not too far behind, 7/100ths of a second, 30.05. Titans in lane number 7, Desiree Kitt will round out the top 3, but being chased in the middle of the pool from Murray athlete Stephanie Poprzenovich. Here comes Colleen McWilliams. Campbell Keller working to try to hold on, but not going to get there. Colleen underneath the flags And Colleen McWilliams will go 00.63. The best time of the season by a second and a half. Well, scratch that, just 1 second. Campbell will go 102.53. A 2-second improvement on her best. Congratulations to both those athletes. In lane 3, lane 7 goes 111.06. Desiree Kitt, congratulations. Up next, event number 18, the men's 100-yard backstroke. In lane 2, Caden Pierce, and in lane 5, Isaac Wardle. Man on man here. Both freshmen. This will be both athletes have no times. First time of the season swimming the 100-yard backstroke. Wardle with an explosive start. Wardle goes through the first 50 in a time of 30.26. Not too bad for a freshman. We'll have to see if Isaac's brother Joseph is tuning in from Korea. I doubt it, but it's possible. We've had people tuning in from further out there. Portland, Oregon is winning the day though. So unless you're further than Portland, let us know in the chat. Isaac goes 102.62. Here comes Mr. Caden Pierce for the Spartans, going 132.83. Coming up next in heat number 2, in lane 1, Jaden Courtney. Lane 2, William Steinbach. Lane 3, Jackson Gilbert. Lane 4, Micah Black. Lane 5, Owen Hartman. Lane 6, Tyler Longson. Lane 7, Abe Astle. And in lane 8, Keaton Ashcroft. Gonna be a race here in the middle of the pool. Owen Hartman in 5, Micah Black in 4. Spartans and Titans battling. Both sword-wielding mascots. Here comes, though, in lane number 7, Abe Astle. From the outside lane, goes into the turn with a 1-stroke advantage over his 2 nearest competitors battling for second place. Abe Astle extends that lead by a body length as they come through halfway. Abe Astle, super steady head. Take a photo of that and post it on YouTube. Goes 57.48. Lane number 5, Owen Hartman out-touches Murray, 58.86. The Murray athlete, Micah Black, going 59.04. Great swims there by both squads. Coming up next, the women's 100-yard breaststroke. Event number 19, in lane number 3, Australia Underwood. Lane 4, Reba Sutherland. Lane 5, Bella Smith. Lane 6, Sarah Lawson. All of those athletes are going to be representing the Murray Spartans. In lane number 3, making that intermediate turn at the time of 46.74. That's Estrella Underwood. Again, all of these athletes in the water, swimming and representing the Murray Spartans. Coming up next, heat number 2 of the women's 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 1, Izzy Waldbilling. Lane 3, Kenna McDonald. Lane 4, Kat Richter. Lane 5, Maddie Moran. Lane 6, Ava Hansen. Lane 7, Ellie Robinson. And in lane 8, Marion Stone. Through and underneath that flag, swimming great in lane number 5. Madeline Moran hits the wall in a time of 32.35. Being chased in lane number 4 by Kat Richter. Madeline Moran coming through underneath the flags, cruising to victory, being chased by about 10 yards behind by Kat Richter from Murray. Moran goes double 108.45. 114.5 there for Kat Richter. Coming up next, heat number 1 of the men's 100-yard breaststroke. In lane 2, Ethan Woodbury. Lane 3, Will Bagley. Lane 4, Joshua Johnson. Lane 5, Logan Ashton. And in lane 6, Coleman Jessup. Nice extended lead there in lane number 3 by Ethan Astle. Excuse me, that's Ethan Woodbury. No, who is that? That's number 3, Will Bagley in lane number 3. My goodness. Sorry about that, I got ahead of myself on the heats. Nice job there by Mr. Bagley, extending that, looking super strong. Ethan Woodbury chasing him down in lane 2 in a duel here as they finish it up with Logan Ashton in lane number 5. Woodbury's got about a half a length lead. Bagley's gonna hold on to that one with a time of 1:17.04. Ethan Woodbury goes 1:25.43. All of these entered with a no time, so top times of the season so far. And in third place with a time of 1:26.75, Logan Ashton. Up next, We have the heat number 2, Colin De La Garza in 1, Rowan Morris in 2, Ethan Astle 3, Liam Morris in 4, Lakin Swenson in 5, Jaron Horn in 6, Connor Swenson in 7, and Brandon George in lane number 8. Now we're talking Ethan Astle having the same result as I called last time, extending his lead underneath the flags. Intermediate 50 time of 29.11. Chasing Ethan there in lane 4, Liam Morris for Murray. And then in third position is Lakin Swenson for the Titans. Ethan Astle underneath the flags on his last length and will touch the wall in a time of 101.66. In second place with a time of 108.33 goes Liam Morris from the Spartans. And in lane number 5, Lakin Swenson from the Titans goes 111.92. Titans threatening to get another athlete under that mythical 00 in the 100-yard breaststroke. Great stuff, great team training. Up next, event number 21, the women's 400-yard freestyle relay. In lane 1 from Olympus, James, Ruby, Stringham, Jorgensen. Lane 2 from Murray, Findlay, Lewis, Smith, Oviatt. Lane 3 from Olympus, Kitt, Iverson, Christiansen, Pope. Lane 4 from Murray, Walton, Stone, Brimley, Davies. Lane 5 from Olympus, McWilliams, Lawson, Hooten, and Keller. Lane 6 from Murray, Stoddard, Hanson, Sutherland, Underwood. And in lane 7 from Olympus, McDonald, Jones, Robinson, and Jones. Off to a quick start, number 5. In lane number 5, Colleen McWilliams puts a 3-length body length lead over Marion Walton. Colleen turns it over to Kaya Lawson. Lawson extending that lead here over Marion Stone. After the Murray Spartans in lane number 4. We've got lane number 3. Oh, we've got lane number 7, excuse me, with a time of 139.20 from Olympus. Off they go, here comes. Campbell has a 50 to go here in second place. Cruising in for the finish here in the women's 400-yard freestyle. Campbell Keller take it in a time of 3:53.75 for the Titans. Number 4, time of 4:16.28 will be Murray. Here comes lane number 3, 4:31.12 for a third place finish there for the Titans B relay. Just getting in lanes number 1 and 2 here. Nice touch there by Claire Jorgensen. All right, coming up next, our final event of the day, the event number 22, men's 400-yard freestyle relay. In lane 1 from Olympus, Astle, Connor, Quackenbush, De La Garza. Lane 2, Jessup, Sorensen, Learned, Johnson. Lane 3, Bagley, Courtney, Wardle, Swenson. Lane 4, Gale, Lundberg, Hughes, and Black. Lane 5 from Olympus, Swenson, Barnes, Hartman, and Johnson. Lane 6 from Murray, Brimley, Steinbach, Morris, Horn. And lane 7 from Olympus, Moran, Gilbert, Snow, and Ashton. Lane 1 with an early lead, that's Abe Astle. He's been swimming well all day. After that, pretty close. These are pretty balanced relays here on the Olympus side, looking at the names and how Coach Tom Thorne has put them together. Abe Astle's going to turn it over to Ian Connor. Ian Connor will explode off the block. Ian Connor comes through his intermediate split. Waiting up next there in lane number 1 for Matt Quackenbush to take over. Jaden Courtney in lane 3. Looking to turn up over to Isaac Wardle in lane number 7. Jackson Gilbert takes his turn from Tim Snow. Coming through here in the middle of the pool in lane number 5. Kai Johnson touches. In second place after in lane 1, 3:27.14 goes to Astle, Connor, Quackenbush, and De La Garza. Third place in lane number 3 to Bagley, Courtney, Wardle, Swenson. All right, our final swimmers coming in here on the 400-yard freestyle relay. Congratulations to all of our athletes. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name's Sean Stringham with Game On Live Studio. We'll be here all season for following Olympus Titan Swimming. We'll see you. Our next meet is actually the December 17th Granite School District Championships. We'll be here. And then off into the new year, our last dual meet for 2021.